All right, guys, it is Monday, November 14th. Good to see everybody. I am excited. I am passionate about life, and I'm very, very thankful to be where I am right now with you guys right now in this moment. So before we get the ball rolling, before we get the show started, I'm actually going to turn it over to somebody to bring us out on the field. And it looks like he's taking a break in between sets. Kuhn, I don't know, bro, if you have the ability to do so, but I'll tell you what. I've done thousands and thousands of buyers consultations in my years, and I always am inspired by something, a line, the preparation, the technique, the delivery. I was fortunate this weekend to sit on a call with Leah, with Justin, and with Kuhn, and they straight brought the fire. It was very inspiring to see how much they've prepared, how much work they've put behind the scenes, and then they delivered 100% full tilt with me on Saturday. So Kuhn, I wanted you to take a moment, bring the team out on the field. And if you're a guest today, my name's Elias Astuto. I'm the Director of Sales and Coaching. This is called Keep It Moving Group Coaching. We always have somebody bring us out on the field, bring us out into battle. So Kuhn, without further ado, big dog, if you can, bring the team out.
Good morning, team. Happy Monday, everybody. I just want to say, that nothing is easy in life. And in order to success, be consistent. Keep going. Don't give up. Just be consistent. Keep putting in work, and the time will tell. Result will still, show up. Result will keep showing up, and just be consistent.
Man, I appreciate that. And how many people can agree with the consistency message? You guys have heard me say this time and time again. It's not a fad. It's not a trend. It is something that is a non-negotiable in our business. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. I would like to welcome all of our guests. Hopefully you find this a space where you learn, that you find something valuable, and you feel that you can be completely vulnerable and open, because that's the type of space that we have created. So I'm going to ask you guys a few questions, but I'm going to start.
Yeah, Terry, you do.
Ilona.
Doesn't feel sick and she's.
Okay, hold on really quick. I think we're good. Hey, Ilona, you're going in and out. I'm not able to mute you. You got to mute yourself. All right. Little housekeeping. If you're going to join the call, please make sure to mute yourself. Ilona, thank you for muting yourself. I appreciate it. So I want to start out with some thoughts, and then I want to turn the mic over to you guys. I want to hear your thoughts on what you guys are doing. And let me share this with you. Obviously, I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of listening, and I do a lot of application, right? So I wanted to ask you guys, how are you guys right now recognizing threats and opportunities in life and business? And I just want you to think about this contextually. How do you deal right now in your life, or at times in your life? How do you deal with perhaps losing focus? How do you deal with losing drive? How do you deal with maybe losing that productive edge? Maybe you haven't seen an escrow in a month or two. Maybe you're a top producer and you're having not the best quarter. Like, how do you keep that productive edge no matter what? So I want you guys just to start thinking, maybe write down your questions on a separate piece of paper. What do you do to recognize those things first off? How do you recognize that? Are you aware of it? And what do you do to reignite? How do you reignite that fire in your life? How do you reignite that mission, that purpose, that drive, that cause? And I want you to really start thinking about that, because it's easy sometimes to let circumstances command us or drive us and drive our behavior. But I want you to think about this. How do you reignite in your life, in your mission, in your purpose, and in your cause? What do you do? So the one thing that we can control, it doesn't matter about interest rates. It doesn't matter about anything that's going on externally. The one thing that we can truly, truly control is our consciousness. That's ours. Nobody else has the ability to control our consciousness unless we allow them to, and we give that away. So stay with me, total stream of consciousness. And I want to set the framework for this. We have an opportunity today to appreciate life once more, to appreciate this life as a gift, to have one more chance, to take one more breath, to appreciate the people in our lives that we love, that we care about, our team members, our coworkers, the people in our life. You guys get a chance today to appreciate. So I want you guys to really reflect. We're not going to go down the gratitude path. I know that you guys have people in your life that you're gratitude or grateful for, but I want you to really put yourself in a state of thankfulness. Think about the things in your life. Two things that I know are super powerful on this call today. Chris Barcena's son got called up to play varsity. Dude is a freshman. And to think about like all the hard work and everything that's put into his life and like knowing like how thankful he is of his son to be able to look at him and be like, damn son, look at you out there killing it. To be at Mel's gender reveal party this weekend and knowing that she's gonna have a baby boy, right? And like the amount of emotions that come over you and how thankful you are. So I want you guys to know this, no matter what happens in this life and world, we are responsible and we are in full control of our consciousness. So be aware, look, feel, be present in what's going on in life because shit is really, really good, really, really good. And I want you guys to realize how good life is right now. So I feel very excited. So I'm gonna share some thoughts with you and I want to turn the mic over to you guys. And I want to put some things into perspective. We're going to talk about perspective. We're going to talk about self-leadership. You've heard me say this time and time again, I'm not here to be your leader. I'm here to be your guide. I'm here to support you in the journey to where you are already going. That is my responsibility and that is my duty. I'm not here to create your why. I'm not here to compel you. I'm not here to hold you accountable to say, make your calls. That is not my job. And if you're looking for that, look somewhere else because that's not me. What I'm here to do is support you in the journey to where you are already going and to be realistic with you. Should I have to tell Anna Oliver, make your calls, make your texts, make your phone calls? No, because she's got somebody, she's got something in her life that's pulling her. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be that person. I'm here to be that reminder. So self-leadership, so stay with me. I want each of you guys to wake up each day and start your day as a role model. And I want to really, really spend some time on this. Start your day as a role model and put yourself in a role model mindset. Because how many parents do we have on the call? We have a lot of parents on the call, okay? As a parent, I am the perpetual role model. I say things over and over and over and over and over again in my head or out loud to my family. I'm that role model. Do your chores, don't talk back, clean that up, get good grades, repeat, 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 because I am a role model in my family. So you guys need to look at your life right now in business and say, I'm going to show up today as a role model. When you wake up, you recognize this as a true opportunity. You set the framework of how you're going to show up as your best self. You set the framework for you to recognize your ability to serve people and that other people are counting on you. I don't know what it is about being a role model, but when you know someone else is counting on you, looking to you, needing your help, what happens is that human behavior tends to make us step up in a bigger way. How many of you are a role model in any way, shape, or form in your life to somebody else? Please raise your hand. Give me a reaction on the screen below. Your participation is truly, truly needed this morning. You guys, that is a huge responsibility. And when we're role models to other people, we show up in a different way. We show up because I'll tell you what, you guys, if you're a parent, there's times where you are tired. There's times where you're tired, but mom and dad don't get to take a day off of being a role model. I'm not going to take a day off of not disciplining my family. I have to be a role model every single day. So there's pressure that comes from within that I put on myself. So I want you guys to do that. Say, today, I'm going to show up as a role model. Who's needing me to step up? Who can I be? How can I demand the most out of myself today? Who's counting on me? And I want you guys to think about that mentality today. Show up as a role model. And I want to talk to you guys about perspective. Conscious messaging. I heard this morning. I thought it was really powerful. So I wanted to redirect this information to you guys. I'm constantly learning and growing and reading because I want to make sure that my mind is fresh. My mind is fresh and I have fresh ideas to share with you guys. But I want to share this thought with you and I want you guys to really wrap your head around it. And then I'm going to turn it over to you because I think it's important that I hear your guys' perspective and how you're looking at the world and from your vantage point and the things that you're doing to condition your mind to stay in a positive perspective no matter what's happening around you. This is an important conversation. So, conscious messaging. So not talking about the problem like the market, because that type of shit is toxic. It's poison. It's going to drown you in pessimism when this market is going to require you to have the highest level of positivity and optimism. But you also have to get very clear on what your perspectives are. Give you an example. This market is hard, or I am going to optimize my health and well-being. I'm going to skill up and I'm going to lean into a community more than I've ever had. And I'm going to educate myself on every single program out there so I am the very best for my consumers. That's a perspective, right? That's a perspective. So you guys have to look at your life right now, no matter what you're going through, and say, okay, what is my perspective on my life right now? What's the perspective on the business right now, the market? And do I have a compelling message that I share, or am I not able to articulate that quite yet? And my hope is that you'll hear from a couple other people on this call today. What are they doing? How have they shaped their mind? Because it is harder now. So it requires you to dive into yourself a little bit further. So I'm curious to know, to hear, to learn from you the work that you guys are doing right now. How are you keeping yourself in a perspective? What's the message you're telling yourself? How do you recognize threats and opportunities? How are you keeping yourself in the game? What are you doing? Are you leaning heavily into your health and fitness and reading? Are you reading more? Are you getting more on video so you have more visibility? Like, what is that perspective for you right now? I think that there's power in this because you're going to hear from somebody and then you're going to hear from somebody else. And now that's the power of the collective wisdom. So we have some guests on the line today. Please do not leave me hanging. I want to ask you guys right now in your business, and I'm only talking about today and right now, what have you guys done and what are you willing to do to really, really create this positive perspective for your life and for your business? Who would like to open up the mic first and share with us where you're at? Because when one person goes, two people go, three people go, four people go, and it goes on and on and on. So I've stepped up for you guys. I've shared my thoughts. I'm always here to deliver at the highest level for you. Who wants to help me out and share? Anna Oliver, top producer who just joined our team. Anna, let's hear from you.
I went into scarcity mindset when this hit. So, and I've been in it before in between 2008 and 2011. 3 of my buyers walked and my listing is kind of sitting on the market. So I flipped out. I was just flipping out, but I had to remind myself, this is the time to educate myself. I hired a person to help me with content. So she's working on clothes. She's working on getting everything together to start the content and start doing the videos in the next 3 weeks. And then also I had to go back to basics. I had to call my pipeline.
I love this. I love this. So Anna, so perspective is at first you got a little fearful, but then you changed your mindset. You changed your perspective. Now you're leaning back into the things that you did originally to build your business.
Yeah, I had no choice because I was flipping out. You don't even know.
No, and here's the thing, and I do know, and I do know that we simply have a choice, right? Like I said before, the one thing that we can control is our consciousness. Because if Anna freaks out and she's scared and she works from scarcity, then what type of energy is she giving out to the world? She's giving out fear, trepidation, skepticism, right? If you are conscious at all, if you are self-aware at all, you'll pick up on that shit. I could sense somebody's energy from across the room because I've studied it, right? If you just have a glimpse into self-awareness, you'll be able to like, okay, she just needs some money or something, right? People feel that. So what she did is she turned her perspective around. And Anna, I love that. And I love hearing that. And here's the thing, you guys, I want you to stop every single day and I want you to look at your brothers and sisters on the team. Somebody introduced me to captions this weekend with, I don't know who it was, maybe it was George, but if you do not have this app Captions, I paid $59.99 for the year. It is the dopest tool that you guys can ever use. And it makes your videos look 100% like professional and you just shot it from your phone. So you guys, Captions, I'm all about that now. You're gonna see more and more stuff, but Same for me, Anna. It's like, we got to own that visibility. We got to lean into that, create more content. So Anna, love your message. Adrian, Reliza, let's hear from you. Let's just hear perspective.
Good morning, guys. So I just got back from FubCon and it was the bomb. I loved it. So we all have to follow up, make sure we're following up. It's not about pivot. It's not about leveling up. It's going above and beyond. We have to be out there. I see a lot of videos, so that's awesome. It's dope to see. It's just, yeah, getting out there, doing everything that you can, open houses, email blasts. If you can't do it on your own, partner up with another agent and start doing business together. So I definitely want to start partnering up with more people. I'm going to go through my database and just working on my systems. Right now is a good time to start, engaging with our database. It's Thanksgiving, so there's a lot we could do for Thanksgiving. You know, I went and I got some custom made cookies made by a baker locally. So just, you know, using our resources. We have so much resources here at Team Fast. I've been paying for all these classes, and it just brings me back down to one thing. I'm in the right team. I'm in the right team. We have coaching. We have just all the team players that we have in, on our team that we can lean on. And
I love it. So I'm sitting with Adrian, I think it was 3 months ago, and you guys have heard me say this, and it was her first real estate conference, and she's been in the game for a long time. And like, since then, she changed her perspective. It was, I'm going to learn, I'm going to go to these events, I'm going to meet people, I'm going to get more visible and social. And you guys have seen that. Like, she changed her perspective and it's changed her business. So absolutely love that contribution. And here's the thing, you guys, you have to think about this. And as we go into business planning this week, if you're not able to attend, then we'll do some type of Zoom meeting probably before the end of the year. But my hope is that most of the people come to the in-person sessions this week. But you have to look at it this way. If you have a goal of wanting to accomplish $20 million in production for 2023, which is a great goal. Well, now you have to think of, what is my rock? Meaning, in Q1, what is my Q1 rock? Well, in this case, let's have the conversation about follow-up boss. If you don't understand your CRM, how to use your CRM, how to use the functionality of your CRM, then that needs to be a goal of yours. By March 31st, I have a system and a process of follow-up in my CRM, whether it's KV4 or follow-up boss, that will support my growth and touch points throughout the year. That supports what? The $20 million goal. So it's like, what are the operational efficiencies that I need to have in place in order to support that? You guys are going to have rocks, such as implementing a solid follow-up boss or follow-up campaign. And I absolutely love that, Adrian. Let's go to you, Linda. Linda, you had your hand up. Another top producer in our environment. She's down in Southern California, recently joined our team. Linda, let's hear from you in the conversation about perspective.
Good morning. Yes, the beginning of the year, I made some moves which affected my production. And then I made this move to EXP, and I am surrounded by these amazing and positive women. And I just went back to the basics, what worked for me before. And that was to really give back to the community, be in front of people, and come with that positive attitude, because that makes a difference for your buyers. I went out showing property this weekend, wrote 2 offers. So there are active buyers out there looking, and we just have to let them know that that we're there for their support. And I'm excited for the new things that are coming. I'm in a different state of mind. I'm more positive than before, and I know that things are going to be coming.
I love this. I love this. And here's the thing to look at. I mean, leaning into your community, we've obviously talked about that, but if you really understand and you're reading and you're waking up every single day and you're looking at all the articles in the market updates channel, you're looking at the articles and reading past just the headlines and seeing, how can I take this information and how can I give it some perspective, right? We see this a lot of the times. People will post something on their wall and it's just like interest rates, year-over-year growth, days on the market. Like, that's the content piece. That's cool. But like, what's the context What does that actually mean to me as a consumer? How can that help me? How can I provide some color on what that actually means for you? Right. And so I love this, Linda, that you've dived into your community, that you're learning more, and that she's really excited about this. Right. Once again, we control our state of consciousness. Nobody else does. That's our choice. So, Linda, great stuff. I love your contribution. Sakia, I saw you have your hand up and you're back in the car. And you want to contribute on the subject?
Yeah. So it's
You look you look all cozy and wintry.
it's cold. I
It
don't
is.
know, something going on with the office at the gate. They got a rope on there, so I can't pull my car in. But anyways, I learned this weekend. Emote, extend, and exercise.
Wait, one more time. It cut out a little bit. Say that one more time.
Emote, extend, and exercise.
Your mic got very low. Can you take yourself off of your Bluetooth or something?
Okay, take the Bluetooth off. Could you hear me now better?
Way clearer.
Okay. So emote, extend, and exercise. What do that mean? To have emotion, you want to extend it, extend your gratitude, and you want to exercise it daily. So there's a lot of things that you can't change, but you got to have gratitude and be grateful, right? So this weekend, what I learned is that if I am experiencing a hard time and I'm in my mind and I can't get past why I'm not doing door knockings, why I don't do calls, think about the thing that's bothering you the most and take the good out of it. The people that mean something to you in your life, like have gratitude, express that to them. Just think of things that you could change. Like say, for instance, I'm not able to pay my rent, but guess what? There's been plenty of times I was able to, and it's about adjusting your mind frame and exercise. And that helped me a lot just to get me at this office at 9 o'clock this morning to print out. I can't change, but the ability I do have, put it towards a positive of the situation.
I love it, Sakia.
And exercise.
I've never actually heard it put that way, but I appreciate it on the highest level. And here's the thing, like sometimes we just don't see it. We don't see it, and it's hard to see it, you guys. You'll do a lot of work in this business with very, very little payout. And what I mean by that is that you could do months and months of phone calls, months and months of door knocking. You're just like, when is this actually going to give? And then like, oh, despite something like takes off, right? Something takes off. So it's just like, you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that because it's going to get tough some days, but you have to persevere in this business. So Sakia, I appreciate that. And I appreciate your contribution. Let's hear from two other people. Let's hear from your perspective right now. What's actually happening? Otis White, Big Dog. It's good to see you back on here, my man. We've missed you. What is your contribution for this topic?
I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of what you just said. Like, for all the people that haven't seen me in a while, it took me a whole fucking year to get on the board. I came to every coaching session. I went to every workshop, and I can honestly say that Adrian's right. You know, this team might be great for like 90%, but those 10% that it's not great for, they're gonna have to go find their way somewhere else that they can connect. But for the 90% or probably even more, because you could contest. I don't know what it's like to be on a host of other brokerages, like other agents have made their pathway through more than a couple. But I was already in EXP and I tried to do it myself. And I thought that the splits just didn't match for me at the time, but I see why, because I went through all that stuff and it made me a better realtor. I kind of had to back out personally from myself because I thought I was ready and shit just started snowballing. That first deal came through, then the referral, and then my Ojo's just been going crazy, then some partnerships. So to all those agents out there struggling, even like Sakia, like what she just said, that's so fucking powerful because there's so many reasons for her to say, no, fuck this, I can't do it. But she's still willing to go through. You put a caption, it was like a meme about a couple months ago where it's diggers and they're digging for the diamonds. And, you know, that one person is just like literally right there. The other person just gets lucky. One thing that I could contest that really hyped me up was when Cortez told me months ago, like, it's all about the work, what you put out there. So if you're putting that shit out there on a high volume, hang on, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Just hang on and go to what works for you. Everything worked for me. Then Ojo start popping up, the referrals. And once a person gets to see you truly work for them as a realtor, they'll respect you and they'll give you the extra mile. And the last thing I could say is it's all about who you're lending with right now. It's all about your lender. I am so fucking grateful for Christina Nunez. She is fucking hands down probably one of the best in the game. If you ain't never worked with her, I highly recommend that you go after her because she saved my last deal. We were in contract. We fell out of a property, completely didn't even get the other offer in on our second. And then on our third, she did her thing, man. And it's so crazy that the deal was pretty much done. I had the cancellation signed. I just didn't feel in my stomach to send it that night. And she hit me like 11 o'clock. It's like, I got it. Let's get them on the phone tomorrow. And we worked it out. And that was my last pending deal that I just got to close this past weekend.
So Otis, take us through some of the numbers, bro. Since you came to this team, since you made a choice, and I believe that you got out of your own way, tell me what your numbers have been in the last 8 months.
Shit, and to be honest with you, last 8 months, really nothing. The last 2 months, the last 60 days, I've done 2.2 in volume, and I got like probably another 1.2 in if this house goes for the million, probably 1.8 in the work. So kind of just trying to focus on those deals. I got a great VA deal that just came in yesterday. So just trying to be thankful. Worked at Ojo, worked at Op City, man. Some money's better than nothing.
And let me ask you a question. How many deals since joining the team?
That will be 6 when it closes on my mobile home that I got listed. I'm hopefully getting this offer in today. That'll be 6 deals in the last 60 days, 65.
I mean, here's the thing, you guys, like he went 1 year, and I'm not saying that the team, it was everything. What happened is that being around this environment and seeing people and like learning from other people versus his small circle, he learned something I think is really powerful. And if you guys ever read anything from Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if it's Tolle or Tolle, whatever, but anyways, great author. He talks a lot about the egoistic mind, right? And that you could choose to stay there and be really stifled by your own ego, or you can say, you know what, I'm going to move outside of my egoistic mind and allow things to create and allow myself to create in bigger ways. When we allow our ego to get out of the way and we say, this is not working, what I'm saying is not working, what I'm doing is not working, and I allow myself to be humble to say, you know what, I'm open to change, I'm open to new things, I'm open to new techniques, new strategies, teach me, and then I'm gonna go and apply. That's when real growth happens. Sometimes we are our biggest critic, we're our biggest crutch in life. Get out of your egoistic mind and allow yourself abundance to pour in. So Otis, love it, man. And yeah, your team beat my team last night, but we're not gonna talk about that. All right, I see you with your, I don't know if you wore that hat on purpose this morning, but it's all right, bro. We're gonna move on. Charges for life, no matter
Almost
what.
doesn't count. Almost doesn't count.
I know. Shake and bake. Arlene, let's hear from you. Same conversation about perspective, and then we'll start working the room. Arlene, let's hear from you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I've been working 2 states, California and Washington, and I've been really overwhelmed and really tired and bummed. And I've been trying to hold open houses every weekend. And I had one this weekend and I was not wanting to do it. Besides, all my friends were going to this friend's Thanksgiving and I'm sitting here working, feeling sad for myself. Well, one of our teammates down the street listed on my street. And you know what? It's my own fucking fault. So I went to this open house and I put my signs out there and I made the best of it. And guess what? I have a listing appointment for Friday for a 5-acre ranch in Livermore. You know, it's all about perspective.
And you know what? There's gonna be leftovers. And here's the thing. And I'm glad that you said this, Arlene. And you guys know me, I believe in winning at the highest level. But remember the book Winning. And it's like winning requires you to be selfish sometimes. I can't go to your baseball practice. I can't have dinner with you guys tonight. Because I'm winning right now. Sometimes it requires you to be selfish and miss some Friendsgiving or miss some things. But at the end of the day, that's what it's going to take. And so I appreciate that, Arlene, at the highest level. And congratulations to you. Glad you had an effective open house. And listen, you have to think about this way. In 2023, my Q1 rock is what? What do I need to put in place for operational efficiencies in order for me to have a sense of balance or rhythm to help me hit my goal in 2023. Maybe that is an assistant, because if you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant. Maybe you need to have some type of system that helps you, or you have a partner agent in Washington, you have a partner agent here that allows you to be able to have a sense of like, okay, I don't feel like I'm pulled on both ends. So Arlene, congratulations. Let's give her a big, huge shout out for getting a 5-acre ranch listing appointment. Congratulations. Good luck on the comps. If you need any help, let us know. Larissa, let's hear from you, and then we'll start working the room, you guys. You muted yourself.
Okay. Okay. Am I good now? Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Very, very similar story of just what Arlene said. It is so funny that she was saying this whole story, and I'm like, oh my God, exact same thing happened. A new listing down the street came on the market, seen it. I said, oh my God, called the agent right away, said, hey, you know, I live like 8 houses away from this property, you know, you know, if you need help with open houses and, you know, just anything, just let me know. He goes, sure, thank you so much. Long story short, he texted me in the middle of the night saying the lights were on the property. If I could go down to the property, turn off the lights, I did. After that, he says, you could host any open house that you want after this first weekend. I posted it on social media, a video. And what happens, I get someone from my running team asking me, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about the property? I didn't put a lot of information. And then I reached out to her. She wanted to, she'd really like the property. So she wants to structure an offer, but she's working with another agent. Talked to her again. I said, I have a connection with this agent. And she said she'll circle back with me today and let me know how she's going to move forward. So again, that was just a reminder. I need to get out there. I need to talk to the neighbors and just market myself more.
I love it. I love it. So in the last couple of months, as things have shifted in our market, like how have you shifted as an agent? What are things that you've done to give yourself a different perspective about what's going to come? Obviously, get yourself into the community more, creating more videos, or anything else?
Well, I just, as far as like, I feel like I need to shift back to going back to basics right now. And that's really open houses, door knocking, and talking to more people. I mean, that's where it really is. And I'm seeing movement in that way, little movements, but it's movement and it's making me happy. I just feel like I need something to get out of my way, and it's going back to my basics.
I love it. Literally, you guys, little movements. And if you ever watch it, there's an old video. I think Tony Robbins was in his like late 20s or early 30s. And he talks about millimeter shifts, right? Millimeter shifts, right? Just tiny little shifts that over time gives you a completely different direction. You think about it in regards to golfing. Well, I'm not necessarily a golfer, but I understand a swing. If you change your swing a millimeter, you're going to send that ball in a completely different direction. And what Larissa's doing is she's taking small bite-sized chunks out. We did business planning last week, and it was more of like vision casting and looking at her business 5 years out. The one thing that she's like, understand, she's like, I need to understand these numbers. I need to know like what this big number is so I can understand how I'm actually going to get there. So Larissa, I think that you're really turning a corner in your business, and it's been really, really cool to watch you evolve and get back to some of the fundamentals. So hats off to you. Love watching this. Kim, let's hear from you, Kim.
Hello.
Good morning, sunshine. How you doing?
Good morning. Wonderful. I'm happy to be walking today. I threw my back out last week, and I'm been on bed rest for like 6 months.
You're in your 20s. How do you throw your back out?
It's been happening since I was 12. So I have
geez.
Very great relationship with the chiropractor. But anyway, despite all of that, kept a wonderful perspective this week. I just wanted to say something, and I don't know if this will resonate with everyone, but one of the biggest things we see in what we say down markets is the buyers have fear. Don't be the agent that has fear too. Because if you think about it, like we're supposed to be here for our agents. We're supposed to be here for our clients, and we're the professionals. So if we have a down perspective, then we're giving off that energy, because we're all very energetic human beings. And if we're fearful, then the energy that we're giving to all of our clients, everyone who follows us, our family, everyone, is this is a bad market to buy, or we don't want to, well, we don't know what to do, but we do know what to do because this is our profession and we all chose this profession. And And I think the beauty of it is in, I don't remember who said this. One of our speakers that we had, she's from Florida. I forgot her name, but I remember she said that when in 2008, when the market was crashing, she became an expert in short sales because that's what was selling in that market. So when I hear everyone saying go back to the basics, that's the best thing you can do, because I'm still a baby agent. I'm still a fresh agent. There's only so many pieces of information that I have. So to an extent, basics are still all that I know. And I feel like that's kept me going in this market is I don't know what it's like to not be just doing the basics. And I think the beauty of that is it's been keeping me really optimistic, because it's nothing new to me. When I started this last year, I didn't get a deal for, I think, like 5 months, 6 months. And since I got my first deal, I've done over 5 million in production. And I'm proud of myself because I kept the great perspective.
That's
I
right.
kept the perspective. I stayed optimistic. So I just want to remind everybody on this team that you are 100% capable. You have it in you. And just remember that our clients look to us. They look up to us, kind of like kids look up to parents. Our clients are looking to us because they want to know what's going on with the market.
That's right.
And they want to know realistically what our thoughts are. So if we stay optimistic about the market, then honey, we're going to bring in more clients.
God, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. And appreciate your contributions at the highest level. You know, what I realized about being a parent, what I also realized about being a leader is that sometimes we say the same things over and over and over again. I'm sure if you have any interaction with me, you've heard me say similar things over and over and over again. Stay consistent, take massive action, get out of here. There's things that I've said over, and I realize that, but that's my perspective. My perspective is if you're consistent, if you have a positive mindset, if you take massive action, then you mitigate any type of fear that this market may give you. It's the same thing in my household, right? I have perspective with my children, right? No matter what is happening, there is consistency. This is what we do. This is why we do it. And my perspective is if you do this, you're going to be a more respectable person. You're going to get good grades. You're going to go to college. You're going to create the life for yourself. So there's perspective in my household. There's perspective in my relationship. How do we talk to each other? How do we flirt? How do we build each other up? That's a perspective, right? So it's like, that is within our control. And I'm so glad that Cam said this, and she backs it up with the production as well. So I really, really love this conversation. Let's hear from two other people. Nicole Penland, let's hear from you. You're in a stationary place. Let's hear from you, rapid fire. Let's hear your perspective.
Just still piggybacking on what everyone's saying. I feel like everything is a season. If it's hard right now, you know, it's making you stronger for the next season. And it's just a test to see if you can stand the rain. And at the end of the day, you got to smile through all the bullshit, because nothing is always going to be sunshine and rainbows. We've all gone through several journeys in life. Here I go getting emotional, y'all, excuse me. But you're like, if you've gotten through the small things, you can get through the big things, because those are the steps that it takes to get to the longer journey.
I love this. You guys are all leaders. And like I said early on in this conversation, each of you need to show up each and every day as the role model and have the role model mentality, and know that everything that you're doing is to contribute and to serve and to lift other people up. And if you have that mentality that today I have to show up in my very, very best form, then it's going to push you. It's going to demand more of yourself. If you have an accountability person and that accountability person is looking at you to be the role model and be at the gym, well, guess what? You got to get up earlier. You got to get to the gym. You got to be there. How many of you have a workout buddy, have an accountability person? Anybody have a reading partner, something along those lines? We have that. Those people are wanting you to be there for them. You have to require that of yourself. You guys in some way, shape, or form look forward to these sessions, or else, in my opinion, why the hell would you even come here? Why would you come here? So it is my responsibility to prepare, and be a role model for each of you guys. I have to make sure that I am living up to everything that I'm asking you guys to do. And so you guys need to really, really find the ways to be optimistic. How do you find the ways to be optimistic? Is you educate yourself and you skill up. You skill up, you level up. You learn how to do an expired listing presentation because we haven't done those in the last couple of years. You learn that script through and through. You learn how to do the best door knocking. You learn how to convert a lead as soon as they walk into the open house. You learn how to close. You learn how to do some fire videos on social media. You learn and you skill up. And so you're this gleaming ray of sunshine and optimism in the face of so much pessimism, right? Have you ever talked to somebody in your life, this has happened to me, and they said this, wow, that's a really cool perspective on something that could have been completely negative or completely down the different path. And then they talk to you and they say, Sarah, God, your perspective on that is really, it's a breath of fresh air. Melody, your perspective on that is completely different than the last 20 fools that I just spoke with. Thanks for that perspective. I promise you guys, I promise you, and I'm only speaking from experience, you change that perspective, you can change and influence the masses. So I've really, really enjoyed this conversation. I want to start to let's go to 2 more people on this. Anybody else have a contribution on this subject before we move on? Anybody else going once?
I do.
I
just wanted to.
Liz, what's up,
Yeah.
Liz?
No, but it's true. What you focus on expands. So I always try to keep a positive mind. I hadn't been doing too much business because I was traveling a lot. But once I came back, I started plugging into the coaching, into our Tuesday meetings. You know, thanks to the boot camp, I now have a pipeline, and I have 2 deals under contract now. So there's still sellers and buyers out there. So I mean, don't give up, guys. I've been here. I've been a realtor for 15 years. I've been through the ups and downs, but there's always people that need to buy and people that need to sell.
I love this. I love it. You guys remember this and be conscious, you guys. Be aware enough to look at all the opportunities that we have in front of us and be conscious enough to understand threats as soon as they start creeping in, right? Be aware. Let me take you back to the conversation we started. Like, be aware of the things that may take your productive drive, maybe take you away from your purpose and your mission, and then say, what do I need to do to reignite that? What do I need to do to get reinvigorated? Maybe it's starting a group. Maybe it's doing what Joellen is doing and doing the 12 on 12 or the powerful 12 or the whatever that is, the Avengers, let's call them. Like putting a group of 12 people together that are going to accomplish these huge milestones in 2023. Guess what? Each of those people have to show up as a role model. Joellen is putting that out into the universe. So guess what Joellen has to do? She has to be a role model. 12 strong, sorry. She has to be a role model. So find that and realize like, okay, what do I need to do to reignite? Some of this is going to come down to wellness and fitness. What I'm seeing a lot of, shout out to Alejandra, shout out to Larissa, shout out to all you people out there. Will, you guys doing your fitness, shout out to you because you guys, that's a way to get reinvigorated in life, to find your extra degree, to push yourself mentally, physically, to drain your body in order for you to be the best the next day. I'm loving seeing, here's what I'm love seeing right now. I love seeing your fitness journeys. I love seeing your content creation at the highest level. I am absolutely inspired. Tony Knott made a video. We had a session the other day. I'm like, hey, just take some action. He's like, he's a smart dude. He took action. He did a green screen and he did this cool presentation. Alejandra ran a Spartan race and she's doing another one in a couple days. Larissa is running in her community like crazy. George Martinez is using 75-day hard to run through his community and find out all the things that are happening in Hayward and local businesses. I love it. So if you want to reignite fire and passion in your life, start sweating, start doing something with your body. You guys, you want success in 2023, part of your goal, part of your plan needs to be an internal plan, needs to be a physical plan, needs to be something that's going to push your body. I promise you guys, I promise you, you get right with your fitness, you get your mind right, Just fucking smooth sailing from there. Leah, you had your hand up, and we'll go to Melody, and we'll start wrapping up the conversation. Leah, and by the way, Leah was one of the people that did the Spark Hire interviews. I'm always excited to watch you guys' videos. They brought the fire. So Leah, great stuff over the weekend. Let's hear from you, and then Melody will go over to you.
Yeah, no, I just want to say I was up at 4:30 a.m. just working out at one class, and then I went to Orange Theory Fitness, and then went to another class.
Wow.
And then I ended at 8:45 and then came back. But so I am brand new too. I've only been in it for maybe a month and a half. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I found an accountability group with Adrienne. Adrienne is our mentor, our coach. She's also our accountability group, and she makes us accountable for all the work that we do. And you know, we have a text group going on, and we text each other, we motivate each other, we get our mindset right. And you know, it just has to be about timing, about when you are available, when your mindset is there to do it. Because if it's not, then it's not worth it. And then you just won't have the motivation to do it. And also, guys, we're also spending money on this every month. So you got to make a goal, because you're just wasting your money if you're not going to try to do it, you know? So that's what I think. That's where I'm at right now.
I love it. I love it.
Anyways.
You know what? I appreciate your contribution. I appreciate your share. And Adrienne, shout out to you. I feel that we've formed a really good relationship. I consider you, you know, a friend in this business now, but like, you know, now you are pouring into others, and now Aaliyah can start her own, and then people that she mentors. That's why showing up as a role model, if you think about that mentality every single day, it requires you to push yourself, and it requires more of yourself. And I have to serve at the highest level. So I want you guys to take that framework away from today, as well as tomorrow, as well as the next day, and say, I'm going to show up today with a role model mindset. Really good stuff, Leah. Melody Cleone, let's go to you. And by the way, you guys, if you guys didn't see it on social media this past weekend, for all the late arrivals, Melody is expecting a baby boy. So we're very, very happy for Miss Melody. So Melody, let's have you kind of wrap up the session. Let's hear from you, rapid fire. Boomer.
Thanks, Elias. Being in this business 9 years, I can truly say that I just started showing up. And it wasn't even because of me. It was because of you guys. It was because of the leadership. It was because of the people that I chose to start surrounding myself with. I truly believe that a lot of people in the sales industry, especially real estate agents, have their hearts and their minds blocked off. And I've met a lot of realtors over the years. I've been a part of a lot of different companies over the years. And what we have here is so unique. We have a group of people that are choosing to show up with open minds and open hearts every single day, and being vulnerable and willing to be accountable to each other and contribute at a very high level. And I just have to say, you know, like hearing your stories and hearing you guys speak, I don't think you guys realize how special what we have in this group actually is. Because real estate teams don't have conversations like this. Real estate teams don't open up to each other like this and talk to each other like this on this high level. And if you're not on board with that yet, that's okay. Maybe you need to hear it 100 more times, like Otis said, or like a lot of other people said, you know, and drill it into your minds, because that's exactly what I needed, right? Like I needed to hear it 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways, but have it be the same message. And Elias, you know, thank you for constantly showing up for all of us and saying the same thing over and over again, as redundant as it could be for you sometimes to drill it in our minds. I mean, sometimes you just need to consistently hear the same message. And it does take repetition, and it does take showing up. So I just wanted to applaud this team for consistently showing up. And let me end it with this. I know a lot of people that have come into this environment and thrived. Like, you know, Will came in as a brand new agent and he's on his 50th deal in 2 years, you know, absolutely crushing it. There's so many people on this call that are brand new that are crushing it right now. And it's amazing to see. But there are a lot of people that have come into this environment and they've left. And when we ask them, you know, why, they said, well, I just didn't get the support that I needed. I didn't get what I needed. And I go, well, did you show up? Did you come to the meetings? Did you come to group coaching? Did you put yourself out there and raise your hand? Did you ask questions? Did you come to the office and attend the events and sit down at the lunch and learns and shake hands and listen to other people's perspectives and their stories? And they go, no. And I'm like, well, then you didn't give it a fair shot. And that will be their experience no matter where they go until they hear it the way they need to hear it. So take advantage of your brothers and sisters on this call. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone and ask questions. Listen to other people's perspectives. And all I ask of you is to just have an open mind and an open heart and be open to different perspectives.
I love it. I appreciate you. You guys, full stream of consciousness, right? For me, this is church for me, right? Like I feel like I'm never going to stop speaking the good word because I truly believe in you guys. I believe in the growth of you guys. And so the things that come out of my mouth, I'm connected to you guys and I want to see you succeed. And so I'm on here because this is church for me, right? I truly, truly believe in human development. I'm not a coach. I'm not the director of sales and coaching. That's my title. But what is my cause? What is my purpose? My cause and my purpose is to lean into human development in a way that nobody else has ever done. My cause and my purpose is to create a coaching environment unlike any other coaching environment in the industry. That's my cause and my purpose. I want to be number one. I want to be number one always because we have leaned into developing humans, not just great agents. If we make you better humans, you'll be a better agent by default. So you guys, I appreciate all of your contributions at the highest level. Do I get a little deep? Absolutely. Why? Because that's me, right? What I'll always do is I'll just be myself, right? I'll just be myself. I'm not for all, but I'm for most. And that's how I look at it. So you guys, I want you guys to root your brothers and sisters on this week. I want you guys to come together. I want you guys to do the things that you know that you need to do. You guys, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah, the New Year, all these things, you guys, give yourself the ability to be able to chill. Roxanne's on vacation right now. She's on this call. Roxanne has partnered on more deals this year than she ever has in the history of her career. This year alone, that's leverage. That's leverage to where she can go away for a week and chill and still see her business grow because she's leveraged.
Where's my Cooper at, Elias?
He's at home with mom.
Where's my Cooper?
He's at home with mom. He slept with us though last night. I'm watching Cooper.
Oh, my love bug.
So we're so glad that you're on vacation. You deserve it. So listen, you guys, go out there. And the one thing that you have to remember is that you are in control. You're in control of your consciousness. That's it, right? Create a perspective that no matter what you are saying to consumers, it's rooted in optimism, not skepticism, pessimism. This is all about opportunity, positivity, and optimism. So you guys, thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you today. On Wednesday, we have the Tattooed Realtor. Here's what I want to challenge each of you to do. I want you to invite 5 people. Go to my wall. You'll see the piece on there that has him on there, tells a little bit about his background. You can see his bio on my wall. Take that and send it to 5 people. Like, oh my God, have you seen this guy's marketing? Have you seen how he's blown up? This guy has taken his business to heights that you would never imagine. And he didn't care, and he didn't let the way that he looked dictate his success in this business. Because I promise you, 10 years ago, there's companies out there that would have said, no way, no how, nobody will ever buy real estate with you because you have tattoos all over your face. Look at his story. Look at his marketing. And I don't give a crap if you agree or disagree with the way the dude looks. The dude is a beast in the business because he has leaned into personal branding and marketing at the highest level. So that's the message when you share it with somebody else. Take that, share it with 5 people, invite them to come to group coaching. And if we could have 107 people on a Monday morning, I'm thinking we can get to 250 people on a Wednesday morning having him on. So you guys, let's leverage the shit out of that. Let's have some fun. Go create the week that you want. If you need anything, as always, I'm here. I'll see you on Thursday. I'll see you on Friday for business planning. Get ready because we are going to go full tilt this week. If you need anything, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Always here for you. Peace.